Hey guys, Tuesday, July 29th. Let's see what the market's up to. So far, the dollar has been stalling here around 98-ish. And when you look at the hourly, it's made a 99 high. And this is our high in the U.S. Session. So let's see if it holds 98.67. If not, your midpoint, the most important level here is 98.09. This needs to hold and then maybe bounce from here. But so far, everything looks good to the upside. It all depends if this is going to correct. And I kind of think it will, because it's a natural cycle. Let's look at live cattle, still at 227, 228. Wait till the U.S. Open starts and then see if live cattle can continue trending higher. I have no position in it. I want to see now if 227, if it could stay above 227 in the today's U.S. session. If I see it below and then it starts kind of sideways to lower, then maybe the turn is in. But you know what? There's maybe 5 days of contract changeover, so maybe it could probably go sideways to higher onto the change of contract and then see what happens. I think that's what's probably going to play out. Palladium, looking at the weekly, we are below your midpoint. So this is the important line of the week, 1303. I would like to see a close above there to stay bullish. If not, if it stays below 1303 and today if you're below 1279, very, very, very bearish. A correction, because we're waiting on a wave 4 and we haven't had a wave 4 yet. We're still on a wave 3. Bitcoin, I'll cover Bitcoin. So far, everything looks good except on the daily range. You are kind of hovering below and sideways around 119. So as long as it can stay there between 119, 118, it's still good until, you get below. Actually, when you get below 115, that's when things start getting ugly. Ethereum, same thing. Ethereum is actually even stronger. Well, kind of the same. On the daily range, you're by the midpoint, 38.81, but you're above on the weekly midpoint, which is 36.84. And it's strong here compared to Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is getting a little more weakness on the weekly compared to Ethereum on the weekly. So we'll see. Copper, as you can see, weakness. We're below our midpoint on the week, 575, and you're kind of hovering around today at 563. You need to get above 563 to get a target of 575. That's your midpoint. So what you don't want to see is we get there and then do this. You want to see this and then stay above here. Then that means it's going to retest 595. So far in the weekly, you see a little weakness kicking in. You got a PPSL signal on the daily. Platinum, it's probably even worse. You got 2 here compared to copper. Yeah, you got 2. Copper has 1, and palladium has 2. So copper and palladium are kind of like in sync. In regards to the indicator, PPSL signal. And on the weekly, this is the line in the sand for this week, 1460. You get above there, very bullish. High probability of testing the high of 1511. Stay below this level, and high probability goes sideways to lower. And you can see that your midpoint is already, it all depends on the close. So we were kind of ahead of ourselves. Let's see for today if you could get above on the U.S. session 1440. It could be your target, and then see what happens there. That's if it's going to go up. But in the overnight, it did kind of sell off and got wild. But let's see in the U.S. session how it handles that. Silver, same thing. You can see weakness coming in, and that's probably due to the dollar. As you can see right there, I got this low, pop, retrace. Gann theory says this is when you want to get in the retracement part of an impulse wave. And so far as is playing out, we just need to now explode and take out these highs and hit stops and push higher. That will bring pressure to the metals and, euro, which I'm still short. But silver getting a little weak here. You can see the Heikin-Ashi looks like it's about to turn. PPS sell signal on the daily already. Mobile just dug in on the weekly. Line in the sand for this week is 38.97. You are below that. And for today's US session, you're hovering around the midpoint. So undecided. So stay above 38.28 bullish. Stay below it. For today, bearish. NG, I am long the new contract September at 312. So let's see how that plays out. As you can see, change of contract right here. Daily got a positive wave. Mobile's digging in. And we got this nice spike. Could it be a dead cat bounce? Yeah, you never know. But I'm leaning a lot of my analysis on the SO date, which is the 25th. So somewhere around here in conjunction with change of contract. Seasonality kind of was telling me that maybe there's a possible turning point. So we'll see how that's going to play out. But so far, you got the daily Heikin-Ashi candle looking positive, but the trend is still down. And your midpoint for today is, or for the week is 326. So between 318, 326, and 328 is probably more important because of the Gann theory. But if you get to have a close above those levels, those three levels, 318, 26, and 28, then there's a high probability that maybe the low is in. The good sign is that you are above 306, which is your midpoint for today. And targets to the upside, and it could probably even go higher, 317 all the way to 321. Probably eyeballing 326 as your midpoint for the week. If you get above there, then 347 is next. That's the high of last week on the 4-hour chart. But yeah, so far the weekly hasn't turned positive. I'd like to see a yellow here or maybe next week, and then things starts looking good and get a candle like that right here. Crude oil just kind of sideways. Looks like it's kind of waking up. You got a PPS buy signal, but as long as you can stay above 66.59, then things will look good. But so far, you're hitting the quadrant here, 67.24, and you got a high here on 67.88. You got the 200 coming up. So let's see if in the 4-hour, if we could get up there. But so far, bullish price action, but be careful. Just be careful. Gold, kind of waking up again at 333.74. Not correcting yet, but keep an eye out on the your weekly midpoint. This is a line in the sand. Let's see if the bulls could push it above it. 33.88. So they took it all the way down to 3,300, and now the bulls are showing. So if they can't close above here, maybe this is a dead cat bounce in conjunction with the dollar, maybe now pushing higher. It's possible that both could go higher too and not even turn, but I'm leaning more that there's a gold correction. So this is, if you are a bear, this is probably where you want to eye see if gold could close above that. If it kind of stalls here, then pounce. On the daily, you are above your midpoint, which is good, but very overextended. You hit the last quadrant. So let's see how, to get ugly on the daily, you need to close above 33.22. And so far, we're very change of contract up here. So we'll see how that plays out. And lastly, the euro could potentially bounce. Let's see. You're hovering around, your midpoint for the day is 1561. It's around 1567. There's a lot of support here. If it pushes lower, the dollar's really going to move. You got a PPS sell signal on the weekly, on the daily. You are below your midpoint of the week, 1700. I'm shorting around 1720. And if it retraces, I want to see what happens at 1672. But if it fails there, takes this out, it's going to hit more stops and push lower. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video. Oh, you know what? Let's go. I wanted to cover some of the crypto stuff that I'm watching. So in regards to crypto, I am long Bitcoin. I don't have Ethereum, but I have it there. I am long XLM, XRP, ADA, Cardano, and I think I want to get into Algo. So this is the one that I put there. So I have my crypto group, and Algo, I want to get into it. It's hovering around 03, and I think it's probably a good move to the upside. ADA I already own, and I'm looking for some higher price action. XRP I already own. It's pulled back a little bit, but I think it's in projection to go higher. XLM I own, same thing, pulled back a little bit, but I think it's probably going to go higher. Ethereum I don't own, but I have it as a indicator, monitor, sentiment, whatever you want to call it. And Bitcoin, I'm also watching to see if it's going to continue trending higher. Let's see if we could take out 123 and continue pushing higher. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts of in the bulls versus bears.